guys, JoeOnit coming in. Got another battle replay for you here on Total War Rome 2. Welcome back to the Land of Caesars. Welcome back to the channel. And guys, welcome back to Eliadon. But this is on the small size of Eliadon. And I honestly have no idea where the town center is. Maybe this is it, because I haven't seen any other circles. I don't think that's it. And it doesn't appear to be on top of this hill. So yeah, I'm not sure exactly where it is. It looks like this is it right there, though. But we do have a 2v2 siege here, and you can see one of the factions here. We do have a Massagete on the battlefield, so they are obviously going to make their way outside of the settlement. So there's going to be a massive sally out. So we're going to take a look at the armies. First, we'll take a look at the attackers. We have an Arverni over here being commanded by Genghis Khan, and from what we can see, he has 7 chosen swordsmen, 4 Celtic warriors, 2 Usworn, one of those being the general, and a giant ballista. I'm assuming that the Gallic hunters are somewhere. And then over on this side, I'm not entirely sure what to make of this, because it looks like I don't know if he moved over here at last second, because normally people don't leave their units kind of like blocked up in the way that they are. Also, galleys are useless. There is 0 reason to bring galleys. The ram, fine, because there's a gate right there. But galleys are pretty useless. But so Carthage over here, from what we can see, we have Corgus for life, and he has 12 Libyan infantry, 4 Libyan peltasts, and a giant ballista. So no sight of his general. Then I guess we'll take a look over here. Massagete lining up very nicely. Massagete over here being commanded by Kenneth Rogers, and he has 6 Steppe Noble Lancers, 3 Saka Cataphracts, one of those being the general, 2 Amazonian Riders, and 2 Noble Horse Archers. And then inside, one of the best in the game, we have the faction of Sparta, holding faction. They can do very, very well. Better on certain fund types, though. Large funds, they're a little inhibited. But yeah, we have a Sparta being commanded by Cynthia Dixon, and that person has brought 10 units of Spartan hoplites, 1 Perioke hoplite. General is a Heroes of Sparta, 3 Cretan archers, and 1 Helot archer. Now, this is a small size settlement, so the defenders do not have any wall artillery. Looks like both of the attackers were able to bring artillery themselves. So yeah, got a little bit of a slowdown here. Usually it's best for when you're going to sally out, try and dig in immediately. I mean, he did have the opportunity. He could have gotten in here. Definitely could have sent some of the Steppe Noble Lancers in there. They would have taken some of the javelin volleys, but he could have followed up immediately with the cataphracts. Also, my guess, or my normalcy for horde factions is you don't always bring the best that you can bring. Sometimes you want to bring some of the lower tier cav to soak up those javelins, so you're not really wasting a whole lot of money, if that makes sense. But obviously, if you guys have any thoughts or anything like that as far as how to make a better horde army for sally outs on defense, obviously you can use them on attack as well. But yeah, let me know down in the comments. Wall coming down. All right, so Carthage will be making their way inside, and I will be back here just in time for that. So guys, make sure to hit the like button, drop some comments, share the video, and of course subscribe to the channel. But let's dive in. All right, so Carthage making their way inside the settlement, and we have Spartan hoplites here ready to defend against them. Good on Sparta to move forward in front of that circle. That's actually huge, to move in front of that circle. Let me just make sure, click that. There we go. Move in front of that circle, so there is no way that the Libyan infantry will be able to immediately start neutralizing that tower. I cannot tell you guys the amount of times that I see people who are going to... Ooh, clipped a little bit. There you go. Knocking some of them down. The amount of times that I see people just kind of line up in the circle, and then they immediately just the attackers start neutralizing the towers, and they lose control of the tower very early on. So Sparta, very well played there. Oh, actually, Sparta's being aggressive. We got those Spartan hoplites going to charge out into the Libyan infantry. Now, one of my questions for this Libyan infantry, I was wondering why they had gotten into shield wall. None of them threw their javelins, so unless they were worried about getting shot, that's possible that they were worried about getting shot by the archers, maybe. Oh, wait a second, hold on. Massagete appears to be shifting some units back. We have some Steppe Noble Lancers. Oh, no, one of them is a Saka Cataphract. So 2 Steppe Noble Lancers and a Saka Cataphract making their way back across. So he looks like he's leaving the majority of his army over on that side. Arverni, unfortunately, is not pressing, which this is a huge problem. This is going to end up being a gigantic problem, unless maybe he's just waiting to knock the wall down. Maybe that's what his game plan is. We'll have to see how that ends up playing out. The Sparta General over in melee. The Heroes of Sparta. Nice flanking charge with this Perioke hoplite, though. Very nicely done there. But yeah, Carthage is kind of missing out on some opportunities here. I'm just going to point them out real quickly. So some of these Libyan infantry could line up facing this way. Get some javelin volleys in there. This actually might be thin enough. Well, this might be big enough for a gap. He might be able to slip right through there with one of these. This is definitely what you don't want to be doing. This is for sure what you absolutely do not want to be doing. I mean, this is another gap right here. This is for sure another gap right there, which would throw off the Spartan General. But yeah, look at this. Oh, Libyan Peltas, you are in the wrong spot. What is that? Oh, it's only even just a General's bodyguard. They knocked the gate in, which is good. Gate is neutralized, but this is about to be an absolutely gigantic problem. I'm going to just, unfortunately for Carthage, I'm going to guess that he was probably a newer player. And that is in no way meaning to be mean or disrespectful or anything of the like at all. Yeah, these cataphracts, I can see this coming. I think a lot of you guys are going to be able to see what's about to take place over on this side. Carthage is pretty much about to be toasted out of the battle very, very quickly. But you can see he's winning on the inside. So if he had just gotten those ranged units inside the settlement, or maybe left some of his infantry out here to try and block, because that is very unfortunate. He's going to lose all of them. Oh no, here comes a huge charge. Is that a cataphract as well? Yes, it is. I'm pretty positive that's the cataphract. Yeah, it is. Saka cataphract. Humongous charge into a Peltas. I'm wondering why he's not using trample. You have the opportunity to just freight train Libyan Peltas. Just use the trample as well. There's really no reason to not be doing that. That is really rough, though. But, I mean, Carthage is winning on the inside. He is winning this fight. The General up in the line there, holding on. But we just have Spartan hoplites there. Take it to the second unit, push in that way. But this is something that Carthage should absolutely do, is block this off. Because, again, the town center is over there. We actually, oh, wait, we had a Masaketa unit that came back inside. I mean, this is really depending on the strength of these Spartan hoplites to hold on, which they are losing decisively. If Carthage, press over there. Yep, that's Perioke hoplite. Where's the General? Yeah, that Perioke hoplite's about to break, though. He is kind of pushing through. There's 91 of them there. He is kind of pushing through. Yeah, he is. He is pushing through there. But back outside, everybody else just getting absolutely freight trained. Yeah, they are. Yes, they are. I mean, he's bringing out more Libyan infantry. He brought 2 more units of his Libyan infantry back outside. He doesn't need to do that. He really doesn't need to bring them outside. He can just block right here. Just block this breach. Get these two Peltas that are still alive inside the settlement. And now this is broken. Start rushing. Start going this way. There's no point in continuing just to fight. All of these units, you got 6 units fighting a Spartan hoplite and a Heroes of Sparta General who even is losing. This Heroes of Sparta General is even losing. All right, let's get back over on the other side. Does it appear that our Verney is making his way forward? Yes, he is. He's got his Gallic Hunters there firing away. Artillery is still bombing into the settlement. Not really sure if it's gotten any kills yet. Let's see, 45 kills, not terrible. But here comes Masagete. Going to charge up the hill. Some of his Noble Lancers, 2 units of his Noble Lancers, making their way forward. Now, these Celtic Warriors, if they could get their javelins off, that would be key. But the Chosen Swordsmen, they do have shield wall. But it's not going to help while they're moving. It's really not going to help while they're moving. I mean, he could also, you know, Masagete could still come around this way. Well, not there. He would have to come all the way around. He can still come around this way. The Gallic Hunters, no assistance on the assault inside the settlement, which is a huge problem yet again. I don't know. I can't say for sure that these are newer players, but it definitely appears to be that this is newer players, and that a little bit more experienced player is, not trying to sound rude when I say this, just a more experienced player is kind of taking advantage of the lesser known or lesser aware players, I guess I could say. the newer players. Good charge again, though. Step Noble Lancer's going to probably wreck. Yeah, I think he's probably going to wreck at least this end of the line. Oh, he's pulling back out. I mean, he could just come this way now. He could come over here and then just start rear charging. But the Peltas continuing to fire. Did he... Oh, he didn't chase. Okay. So this Libyan infantry coming back inside. Wasn't there another cataphract over here? I thought there was 3. Oh, there was 3. I didn't see the 3rd banner. But yeah, he could easily... Step Noble Lancers could just continuously charge there. Another Spartan Hoplite coming over here. Another Spartan Hoplite coming over here. Again, a little bit of a thing that I would say towards Carthage. He did not need to stay here. He didn't need to stay in this gatehouse to continue fighting. At least not with all of those units. He could have easily sent 1 or 2 of his Libyan infantry this way to start pressing those archers back. Spartan Hoplites, Cretan Archers, 119 kills, Cretan Archers, 51 there. Got the Cretan Archers there with 140. Where'd those Helots go? Oh, the Helots are over here. Helot Archers over here, not starting to fire just yet. But Massaguette actually stopped. I think he was starting to assault. I don't know why he's not taking the giant ballista crew out. That's an easy chevron right there. That is definitely an easy chevron. And one of those socket cataphracts, even the Step Noble Lancer, would be great to get it on. But he's keeping, look at how much he's keeping back. He's not even using his horse archers. Not even using them. Another Step Noble Lancer just hanging out there. They have 18 kills, I think. No, they have 0 kills. They have 0 kills. The general has 18 kills. But here we go. Arverni's going to start assaulting now, I guess, aside of sending in 2 units of his Celtic warriors. Again, towers could have absolutely been employed. Definitely could have used some towers. But we got the Oathsworn coming up against the Oathsworn. He's trying to use the might of the Oathsworn to break through. I mean, he could. Another thing that could be done is the attacker could climb up on the wall and wall walk around. Could get around this way with just using the wall. But again, I'm not really sure. I'm not sure of the status of these players. Carthage over here, though, does appear that Carthage is pretty much out of the game. We have a Libyan infantry here running in shield wall. Don't ever want to run in shield wall. And they're about to get murdered again. Oh my god. Just the absolute destruction.
Quickly now!
We'll try and get back inside. Libyan infantry coming out, though. Yep, that's another Libyan infantry broken. And another charge coming right here. That is an absolute hammer and anvil. Absolute hammer and anvil right there. That Carthaginian unit just got completely smashed. Completely smashed. Spartan Hoplites on one side. Cataphracts and Noble Lancers on the other. That is rough. Dang. That is the ultimate. And it was a Heroes of Sparta with a little bit of a Spartan Hoplite holding in place. That's rough. All right, let's get back over on the other side here. Let's see what Arverni is doing. So Arverni's got a little bit of a thing going on here. Uh-oh, Gallic Hunters. Okay, they're coming back over here. He's got a little bit of a defensive formation here. So it's not terrible, but he did send one of his Oathsworn in. That will actually help out. But again, here's another gap. There's a humongous gap right there. He can just funnel right through his troops there. Looks like that maybe that's what he's going to do. He's going to try and get his Gallics in there. Maybe? I'm not sure. Celtic Warriors charging in again. Yeah, see, this is just all blobbing up and just blobbing all of his units up here is just absolutely not necessary. Attacking in shield wall. I'm not really sure what the purpose of that is. I still don't know what the purpose of that is. Like, getting into combat and maybe switching into a shield wall after you've been in combat would make sense. Or, I guess, more sense, because all it does is limit your speed. I mean, yes, it gives you armor strength, bracing, melee defense, shield strength, but you're not... You want to get in, you want to get your charge bonus off. So running into combat in shield wall is just dropping your shield, your charge bonus, or at least it should drop the charge bonus. It's only a 27 anyway, so why? I still don't understand why you want to do that. We've got 9.5 minutes left. Carthage is now completely trashed out, so it's basically a 1v2 now. And Arverni is literally just stacking up here. Like, this Oathsworn is doing nothing. This Oathsworn could just walk right around here. Just move. There is still a big gap here. Arverni could get inside this settlement. He could absolutely get inside this settlement. And look at this, Massaguette sitting on the town center. Stacked up near the town center. Step Noble Lancer, Socket Cataphract, Step Noble Lancer. 243, 338, 121. Pretty good numbers. Pretty good numbers. I mean, honestly, another thing, he could be bringing his Amazonian Riders. They have 150 range. Just start shooting away on these guys. The Galax are all facing towards the settlement. Let's see, are we turning around? What are we doing? What are we doing? Okay, so they are going to start firing there. Hitting some of the socket cataphracts. But again, I mean, that's a 90 armor. That is a 90 armor. You're going to get a couple of kills, but still firing at a 90 armor. Uh-oh. Oh, I thought, never mind. I thought that was cavalry for some reason. But yeah, this is, I don't see that this battle is going to go any further here. We got the Amazonian Riders now starting to, oh, those are the Noble Horse Archers. Where are the Amazonian? Oh, they're back there. And I think he's just going to wreck the Gallic Hunters. Yeah, he's already taken out one. The other one's not going to be gone, not going to be there long either. But, I mean, one of the Noble Horse Archers is getting taken out as well. So, it's a good little trade. Uh-oh. Oh, the Gallics charging out 28 kills. Charging out into melee? Oh, now they have 80 kills. They actually just killed one of the Amazonian Riders. That's actually pretty cool. I did not think that was going to happen, but yeah, this is definitely going to be over here. Arverni missing out on some substantial opportunities. And now the Cataphracts, and yeah, Cataphracts are just going to keep, they're going to cycle charge everything. Cycle charge, cycle charge, cycle charge. Yeah, one key thing. He could have advanced, Arverni could have advanced inside the settlement, but no. Yeah, Sparta's over here, got all of his range units over here. So Arverni, unfortunately, Arverni's going to be toast. Shooting, the phrase is shooting fish in a barrel. That's pretty much what they're doing. That is pretty much what they're doing here. So that is definitely rough, but I mean, a shorter video, lessons in the video, obviously. These boys are facing backwards. I mean, Sparta, if he wanted to, he could be firing at these guys in the back. But he's firing at the Oathsworn General. He's firing at the other Oathsworn who's just getting continuously run over by the Step Noble Lancers. And here comes another Step Noble Lancer charge. Yeah, this is just a rough go. This is definitely a rough go. So, yeah. But I mean, this is something that newer players could obviously benefit from. I think that newer players could absolutely benefit from this. First and foremost, attacking by yourself when there's a horde faction on defense. Well, attacking by yourself at all, never a good idea. Never, ever, ever, ever is it a good idea. Unless you're like crazy seasoned. That's really the only time that I would say attacking by yourself isn't a bad idea. But I've seen crazy seasoned players even get sallied out on themselves, so and destroyed from attacking by themselves. And when there's a horde faction on defense, you know there's a sally out coming. And if you don't, then don't take this as a shot, either Carthage or the Arverni player or any player. Learn the factions a little bit more. Start looking through the factions. Do custom battles, stuff like that. Maybe play a campaign, things like that. But all right, Kenneth Rogers was the one that sent the replay in, playing as Massaguette. Thank you very much, bud, for sending it over. Again, 1,956 kills for him. General 79. The Amazonian Rider, actually, 135 there for one of the Noble Horse Archers, but these got destroyed. These two units got murdered. Psychic Cataphracts, 137, 475. Great job. Step Noble Lancers, 243, 338, and 314. So three of them not over 100 kills, three of them very much over 100 kills. And then we have Cynthia Dixon here playing as Sparta 1322. I mean, that job for Cynthia, not any shot. Cynthia's job was pretty easy. Just hold the infantry back long enough for the Massaguette, the Rohirrim, if you will, the Massaguette horde to just run everything over. 186 with the general, though. Archers did pretty good, 175, 211, and 143. Pretty solid job there done by them. Spartan Hoplites did their job. They held in place. And some of them actually got some kills. 101 there, 91, 74, 78. So pretty good kills. 2 units there didn't even get used. Another 83 there. Then we have Corgus for Life playing as Carthage, and it was 674 kills. Again, missed opportunities, getting around, didn't need to stay at that gate and continue to fight the general. Could have charged around, could have tried to start putting a little bit more pressure, which might have actually sent more of Massaguette over onto his side. Might have made it a little bit easier for our Verni to advance into the settlement. But yeah, we had one unit there with Libyan infantry with 101. Another unit there with 93, we had 84, but that's pretty much about the end of his high kill units. And then we have Genghis Khan playing as our Verni with 1,087, so almost 1,100 kills. 104, 126 with Osworn. 175 with one of his Galax, 139, pretty good. Another unit there with 89. His Celtics did not do very well. There was no real archer assistance for them initially when they first charged in, at least for 2 of them. And his Chosen Swordsman, unfortunately, did not do very much. Looks like maybe he left. He might have left the fight because there was a lot left in there. And the battle did really just kind of end abruptly. But all right, guys, there you go. End of today's battle replay. Hopefully you guys took this and kind of ran with it as far as lessons and understanding for newer players in the game, because there are a lot of newer players that are still coming around, maybe bouncing off and playing campaigns to come into multiplayer battles. But all right, guys, that is going to be the end. So please make sure to hit the like button, drop some comments, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Have a great rest of your day. Stay safe. And as always, until the next one.